I did have up here because people are talking about, is CM Punk going to be at Survivor Series because it's in Chicago, blah blah blah.
I want your thoughts.
I'm very torn because I feel like it makes sense for him to be there because it's Chicago and they know that they're going to be going absolutely nuts all night chanting his name, either because, they think he's going to be there or just because they want to see him. Um to me, I feel like it just still doesn't make any sense unless they're planning on Nakamura. That's the thing. If Nakamura comes out and like issues an open challenge, you know exactly what's happening. And I feel like that's kind of sucky because I would rather like I said, if it was like in the middle of Mobile, Alabama, like that makes it a little bit more unpredictable. But I feel if Nakamura is on the show in some capacity, or like, talking backstage, or there's another video for him, or he does an open challenge, you know immediately that it's going to be CM Punk. So, but I think that the only reason why it might happen at Survivor Series is because of where they are.
That's
I
the
think
only
that's the
reason why
only reason.
people are
Yeah.
freaking out. And
It's the only reason. Otherwise, it doesn't make any
makes
sense
no
to
sense.
happen. I mean, it makes sense to happen on Raw. Like, if Shinsuke does do an open challenge, or not even an open challenge, like he goes into the ring and calls the person out. That would make more sense, but that doesn't have to happen in Chicago. It's just because it's in Chicago that people are saying Punk's going to be there. But that's literally the only way it makes any sense. Like,
It's the
he's like,
only way. It
yeah,
makes no sense. They sold tickets for this event months in advance when CM
yeah,
Punk was
yeah,
employed
yeah.
by AEW, and they don't need Punk right now. However, in wrestling, you gotta ride the hottest wave or ride the wave. And if there was a time in history that you could make it work with CM Punk, it would be now. So, he doesn't need to be in the title picture. He doesn't need to
No.
do any of that. Have him have matches with guys like Shinsuke Nakamura. Because let's face it, when Punk is on, he is one of the best in the world on the mic and in the ring. Nakamura is one of the most underappreciated wrestlers in WWE.
Mm-hmm.
Let Punk be someone who can highlight that. So I'm for it. I'm for it if he comes, but you gotta do it. You gotta do it in a smart way. And I just want to experience social media. I don't care if I can weed through the match results, whatever. That's not a big deal. But I want to see the IWC explode
So
for
do I have to
no.
tell you if Punk shows up then on
I want you
Saturday?
to tell me. Yeah, I want you to tell me just if he shows up. I need to know that.
Okay, so that's the only spoiler I can give you
That's
then.
the only real spoiler I would like.
Okay.
For anyone who doesn't know, can't watch it personal reasons on Saturdays. So, guess who's starting their Sunday football off with some wrestling? Not the
Mm-hmm.
worst thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
I I need to know because I need to see the IWC burn. Like that gif of
Were
Donald
you
Glover walking into the apartment.
were you not on Twitter when he left?
Oh my god. When he left
When he left
WWE,
WWE?
fairly I was new. I was
Yeah.
fairly new
See,
on
I
Twitter at that
experienced all
point.
of this. So,
Um
because I used to only be in WWE, like wrestling Twitter. So,
it's a hell of a
um,
place to be.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's toxic.
Oh, it is 1000%.
But everything is toxic. I
Yeah, at
mean,
this point.
wrestling Twitter, football Twitter, basketball Twitter, whatever, Twitter in general is toxic.